Welcome to Whole CEO with Lisa G. I'm the best-selling author of The Boss Weight Loss. I'm bringing you the top tips to be unstoppable. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually pull up a chair with today's top experts in mindset, weight loss, business, and more. Learn our top tips so that you can have more energy, be fit and resilient, feel unstoppable, unshakable, and unbreakable. His obsession with time started with his first Snoopy watch, with a tennis racket for the minute hand, tennis ball for second hand. Fast forward to early jobs in manufacturing. He diligently worked to squeeze extra cycles from the machine, adding cycles per minute. Every second gained a couple of cycles per hour. Now he's developed a program to help busy business heroes focus on their minutes so that they can become more productive at work, build stronger ties to their spirituality, enrich their relationships, and to enhance themselves physically. Tom Hobbs, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me today, Lisa.
I'm thrilled to have you here. I want to jump right in with our audience with a question. So first off, what are the 3 pillars of your training?
So the 3 pillars, I keep it really simple. It's habits, activity, and mindset. You conquer those 3 things, you've conquered your life.
Okay, well, that's keeping it really simple. Can you elaborate a little bit on habits? Because
yeah, since we actually have to fill up a whole amount of time, right?
Well, no, I love that it's 3 things, but how important are habits to start out?
Oh, man. So I was actually talking with one of my clients yesterday, and he says, yeah, mindset totally programs your habits. And I'm like, no, it's the other way around.
Really?
Habits actually program your mindset.
Really?
So if you think about it, when you get out of bed in the morning, what's the first thing you want to do?
My morning routine.
Right?
I start with my morning routine of drinking a lot of water.
Nice. That's actually a great habit. As you know, being in health and fitness, hydration after a long night of fasting, totally critical. So when people like me drink a diuretic first, we have to chase it with twice as much water.
I have to have a coffee too.
Shh, don't say that.
Coffee and water. I'm just keeping it
but
real.
The coffee is part of the habit, right? For me.
Right.
For other people, it's the water. For other people, it's a cup of tea. But we all have that first things first approach.
Right.
And it's what you do after that, right? How do you spend your first 60 minutes? It should be a short workout, journaling, reading, some mindset work, some development, personal or professional. But in that first 60 minutes, you're actually setting the tone for your whole day.
Absolutely. I believe in that.
And that's how it programs your mindset, because you're taking in data and you're literally working on the program that you were born with and the program that you inherited through all of your experiences and shifting it into the program that you want to get you to your goals.
Well, that makes sense. When you explain it that way.
Well, that's what makes it so much fun. That's why I lead with habits.
Habits. Okay. Habits, mindset, and the third
activity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we all are really good at what we do, right? Otherwise we wouldn't do it.
Right.
So I don't tell people how to do what they do better, but I do tell them how to do everything around what they do effectively. Because if you're effective with your time use, if you measure your time use, if you evaluate and analyze your time use, and you figure out how effective you are, in time, you become more efficient.
Right.
Most of us tend to lead with efficiency. So we get a lot of crap done, but it's not necessarily good. So if you lead with effective, you end up with efficient. Not the other way.
How do we decide what are we prioritizing every single day so that we're not just getting caught up in this busy work and falling into the LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram circle jerk?
Yeah, I call those time vacuums.
They're a total time suck.
They are, but by measuring that, and understanding, what your true hourly rate is, right? We all have this number in mind that we make X amount per year.
Yeah.
But when you break it down from the 2,080 hours that you work, allegedly, you could add another 50% on top of that. That number becomes a number that you can shrink down to a minute. So if you jump into Facebook world for 20 minutes and you're making $125,000 a year, you could take a big fat $20 bill out of your pocket, put it in an envelope, lick it, put a stamp on it, and send it to Mr. Zuckerberg so he can pay for his new ranch.
Oh, because he needs our money. This is really generous of you.
I know, but that's what you're doing by jumping into Facebook for those 20 minutes.
Yeah. So you have to do the first things first after you did your morning routine.
Mm-hmm. And if you go into your day with a plan and you go into the day with the things that you have to get done every day, you'll come out the day effectively, as long
Wow.
as you get them all done.
It's so important to have a plan. That brings me to another question I have for you. What is the importance of being present?
Oh, being present. Are you a parent?
No.
Okay. So I am. I have more than enough children. So I'm,
You have enough for both of us, then good.
yeah. So with the law of averages, we have plenty.
Okay, good.
But the funny thing is every one of your children ends up wanting your time. Every one of your clients ends up wanting your time.
Right.
Everybody that you date, your spouse, anybody that you're connected to wants a bit of your time. Well, if you're effectively in that moment, you can be everything that you need to be in that moment. But if you're efficiently in that moment and you're just trying to get that task done so you can move on to the next one, you're not necessarily giving 100% of yourself in that moment.
Wow.
And that ends up making an impact in the long term of your relationship.
Oh, absolutely. People can feel the difference if you're just sort of going through the motions rather than just being present and actually listening to them.
Yeah, Jillian Michaels calls it phoning it in.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to phone in relationships.
No, but so many people do. That's why the divorce rate is so high.
Oh my gosh. Well,
That's why
being
client
present,
turnover is so high.
being present is so important. Okay, let's jump into something. I have a question for you. I'm so curious about tell me about climbing Mount Everest.
So when I was thinking about goals once upon a time, it was like, oh, I can do an easy goal, right? I'm going to repeat what I did last year. That's a great goal, right? Because then I'm not going backwards.
Right.
So all I did was achieve exactly what I've already done. Turns out that's a terrible goal because there's no growth.
Right.
Right. If you planted a tree and it grew to 3 foot tall and it stopped, would it be an effective tree?
Not so much.
No, it would be an effective bush, but it never would have matured into a tree, right?
Correct.
So I started looking at it as if my little goals then are like the rolling hills through Kansas, we'll call them the Kansas Plains.
Yeah.
What's the opposite? The
Mount-
opposite is Everest. So with an Everest goal, I have no idea how I'm going to get to the top of it. All I know is that I want it. And whatever it is, it could be making $1 million a year. It could be running a marathon. It could be breaking a 4-minute mile, whatever it is, and you don't know how to do it, that's an Everest goal. But then you break it down into small chunks, right? So what are the base camps along the way? And you set your journey to actually achieve your goal after you set it. That's how Edmund Hillary climbed the mountain in the first place.
That's so exciting. I love dreaming big and encouraging people to dream bigger. I have my little dreams behind me because I don't want average goals. And I love the fact that you hold yourself so accountable to then have a plan and reverse engineer achieving your goals. Has Everest been a goal of yours?
Climbing it? No.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I am cold averse. That's why I moved to Southern California in the first place.
And now look at us, we're freezing here.
We're freezing. Winter this year has been brutal.
I mean, no one's going to feel sorry for us. I won't go down that rabbit hole.
No, 4 of my kids live in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay.
And tomorrow, the low is 7 degrees.
Yeah, so we have nothing to complain about.
No complaints no sympathy at least.
Yeah, people
But
aren't
I'll
going
tell
to
you,
understand how cold we are actually having the heat on.
I know.
I hate the heat.
All
do
I
you
want to
have
do
any,
is open the house and get fresh air in here.
I
But
know. Do you have any other pearls of wisdom for our audience? I'm trying to sneeze about how they can be unstoppable because I love this time of year for planning, setting goals. There it goes. And achieving them.
yeah, I actually got a text today from one of my clients that I want to share because it's perfect. He said, a black belt is a white belt who never quit.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, I have no idea who said it, so I haven't researched that. So don't beat me up on social media for that. But when you think of it from that perspective, being unstoppable is a mindset. So going through the transition, A plus B equals C, if your habits are set in place, your goals are set in place, your mindset's going to follow. So effective, excellent efficiency.
So you can't lose if you never quit on your
You can't
game.
lose. You only lose once you quit.
I love that. Okay, so where can people find you and your wonderful wisdom pearls?
Right here.
I mean, let's get more specific.
Yeah, no. Hobbsolutions.com. That's HOBBSOLUTIONS.com. That's got a link to all of my products, all of my programs, as well as my calendar, because I really like for people to schedule time with me. Not really sure where that phone was ringing from. All of my notifications.
Do you
are
have
off.
anything on your website that our audience can download?
Actually, so you can send out with this podcast, I'm going to send you a free link to my downloadable journal. It's just the working part. There's extra bits that I don't give away for free because that's where the magic happens.
Wow.
But the patty of the burger, no problem sharing. The secret sauce, you got to call.
All right, Tom Hobbs, you're awesome. Thank you for being a guest.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming to Whole CEO with Lisa G. After over 20 years helping people lose weight and get fit, I'm so excited to announce that I found the missing link with my coaching. Message me if you want to learn how to look better, feel better, and go faster with a master. Lisa G at lisagfit.com.